talk to me a little bit more about what it means, what it meant at the time, and what it means today for you to have developed and harvested this relationship with the one and only Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Man, I always looked up to him. He was the reason that I had my first dye job. I mean,
you mean that's not natural?
This is natural now.
Okay.
But, 7th grade, my mom, she was a hairstylist, a beautician, they called them back then. And she bleached my hair out. And from then on, I wore warm-up jackets that I put rhinestones and sequins and feathers. And I wore those around the school. So everyone knew my love for the Nature Boy. And, once I finally got to meet him, first time I met him, I was in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, Ric Flair against Wahoo McDaniels, the Big Chief, right?
Yes, sir.
And I was staying with a cousin of mine. He took me to the show, and I went down to see Rick. He was standing over by one of the dugouts, and he gave me $1, and he says, "Go buy me a soda." So, so I went and got this guy Coca-Cola, went back down, gave him his Coke, and gave him his change. He didn't give me a tip, Corey.
I'm sure he's picked up a few rounds in the years since.
Yes, absolutely. But, just to work with Rick was just phenomenal. I've always looked up to him. I think he's definitely one of the greatest workers in the ring ever. One of the greatest talkers, has so much charisma. So just to be able to hang out with him and to hear his stories, his memory is so great. I've forgotten everything.
I agree. It's amazing, especially all that he's been through. He is still razor sharp with everything.
Exactly. He'll say, December the 13th, 1982, it's like, how do you remember that?
Yeah.
The buildings. I have so much trouble remembering anything like that.
Oh, you're lucky if I could tell you what day it is on most occasions, let alone what happened 20 years ago and where it happened and what the finish of the match was. And he's unbelievable like that. I know I've gotten to know Rick fairly well over the years, and there's a kind of an unspoken rule, even with my girlfriend, that if I'm hanging with Nate, it's going to be a late night. Don't call. You're not going to get a good conversation out of me. And I just sit there like a kid and just listen. You don't even have to ask him questions. He just starts going, and one leads to the next. And man, it's like getting sit at the bar next to Elvis. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's Americana. It's incredible.
And I love it because no matter what story he tells, he'll say, "This is the greatest story ever." 30 minutes later, this is the greatest story ever. So, I just love it. But all of his stories are the greatest story ever.
No doubt about that. I'm sure it's next to impossible to pick from, but off the top of your head, what are some of your favorite moments and matches you've been able to be a part of since joining WWE?
Oh, gosh. We have Flair and Shawn at WrestleMania when Flair retired.
Oh, yes. Now I'm going to stop you there because you spawned another question. So obviously that was in Orlando at WrestleMania, the infamous "I'm sorry, I love you," the retirement match of Ric Flair. I actually just watched it within the last month or two.
Oh, nice.
How cool was it for you to have come full circle as the fan who idolized Ric Flair to working with him in WCW? You have the final match there, and now this is WrestleMania, the pinnacle of our business, and you're in there with two of the all-time greats.
Absolutely.
What's going through your mind?
I was nervous. Of course, I was very, very sad because the end of an era, Ric Flair's not going to be in the ring anymore. I knew I'd never get to referee him again. So it was very, very sad. A lot of tears, when Shawn goes, "I love you." I think all three of us were just bawling.
There was about 3 million people, I think, that simultaneously burst into tears.
I rolled out of the ring and I walked up the ramp, kept my head down, I was probably blowing snot out of my nose because I was just sobbing about it. But why they picked me to do it, I don't know. But I'm certainly glad they did. I'm very, very lucky. It's not from ability why I get chosen to do this match or that match. It's just luck of the draw, and I was very, very lucky to be able to do that.
So what are some other ones?
Well, since we're retiring people, let's retire Shawn Michaels. So Undertaker, Shawn Michaels WrestleMania for Shawn's last match. That was a big one. John Cena, AJ Styles at the Rumble when Cena won the title in the Alamo Dome. It was.
Right.
That was good and bad. It was because Cena won the title. Very emotional, but halfway through the match, I got injured and tore my plantar fascia on my foot.
I think I remember hearing about this. I remember talking to you about this.
Yeah, so that was bad because I was out for 12 weeks with that. So, but anytime I step into the ring, people always say, "What's your favorite match?" The last match I did, that's my favorite match because I got to do another match. You never know when it's going to end, and I'm grateful that I got to do Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso the other night for the main event of SmackDown. What a great match that was.
That's an incredible outlook, Charles. I have to be perfectly honest with you. Probably all too rare, but I don't know that I've ever heard anybody verbalize that outlook, that just still being part of this business still, and because it's easy, like any job, like any walk of life, you have your ups and your downs and your frustrations, and you get tired and the grind that is generally, WWE life. But to have that outlook, that's extremely admirable. I would like to say I'm going to steal it, but I know myself and it's never going to work that way. But it is absolutely incredible. What do you credit that to?
Just in my beliefs that we don't deserve anything in life. We're very, very fortunate to get what we have. And Corey, there's so many referees out there that are 10 times better than I am at a referee. I get so frustrated because people on Twitter and social media, everybody wants to be your friend. Mm-hmm. They say, "Hey, you're the best ref ever." No, I'm not. Thank you for saying that, but I'm not. I have maybe the best hair.
There we go.
But there's people that I watch and I learn from every day because I do want to be better and I do want to learn. And my knowledge that I have, I want to pass on to all the new guys.
Like what you hear? Catch full episodes of After the Bell on Spotify. Follow us now and never miss an episode.